Got a dopamine rush, got a major league crush when you're next to me. Got my heart upon my sleeve, can I hide the way I feel when you're next to me, girl? Got the kick in every move and I fought just like a fool for you, for you. Wish I knew just what it was, but why should I make a fuss? Just stay next to me, girl, next to me, girl. Something special, don't know why, something special that I like about you, about you. There's a mystery entwined, something bigger to define about you, about you. Am I the only one to see? Got me down on my knees, taken by your gravity. And I just know you got that something, something special about you. Got me under lock and key, but I don't wanna be free when I'm next to you. You're like honey to a bee, I go crazy for the sweet when I'm next to you, girl. Got the kick in every move and I fall just like a fool for you, for you. It might seem that I'm dumb, but it's you that's got me stunned. Stay next to me, girl, next to me, girl. Something special, don't know why, something special that I like about you, about you. There's a mystery entwined, something bigger to define about you, about you. Am I the only one to see? Got me down on my knees, taken by your gravity. And I just know you got that something, something special about you. You got it down, shake my ground, and I can't get enough. Got me spellbound. And every day, in every way, I just know there's something about you. Something special, don't know why, something special that I like about you, about you. There's a mystery entwined, something bigger to define about you, about you. Am I the only one to see? Got me down on my knees, taken by your gravity. And I just know you got that something special about you. Got a dopamine rush, got a major league crush when you're next to me. Got my heart upon my sleeve, can I hide the way I feel when you're next to me, girl? Got the kick in every move and I fall just like a fool for you, for you. Wish I knew just what it was, but why should I make a fuss? Just stay next to me, girl, next to me, girl. Something special, don't know why, something special that I like about you, about you. There's a mystery entwined, something bigger to define about you, about you. Am I the only one to see? Got me down on my knees, taken by your gravity. And I just know you got that something special about you. Got me under lock and key, but I don't wanna be free when I'm next to you. You're like honey to a bee, I go crazy for the sweet when I'm next to you, girl. Got the kick in every move and I fall just like a fool for you, for you. It might seem that I'm dumb, but it's you that's got me stunned. Stay next to me, girl, next to me, girl. Something special, don't know why, something special that I like Something special from your eyes, something special that I like about you, about you. There's a mystery entwined.
Welcome, everyone. Hello, I'm Amber Duggar. I'm the founder of Profit for Keeps. And today I am so excited to be here and just very grateful for the sun that's out. And so I was saying in the comments, I'd love to know, and if you're watching the replay, go ahead and put in the comments what you are grateful for right now. Above anything else, the feeling of gratitude is the best and truly only way to feeling prosperity, to feeling abundance, is looking around in the very moment and just being so appreciative of what there is in front of you and within you right now. So before we get started, I want to actually share something that I'm personally really proud of, and it has nothing to do with cash flow, but it has everything to do with flow, and it has everything to do with expanding and creativity, which then brings in those inspired thoughts that allow us to move forward and be guided. So I have been teaching myself through the power of YouTube, thank you YouTube, how to quilt. And I've been making a gift for someone who loves purple. I'm also a purple lover. So I am going to show, I finished the top. So I'm just going to hold it up here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to share all of it. I'll just kind of go up. It all pretty much looks the same though. And I finished it. So if any of you are crafters or knitters or quilters, I would love to just hear what you love to make, because I am so proud of this. It only took a couple of days, and now I'm waiting for the backing to come so that I can finish it. So I just had to share. And this actually directly ties into our conversation today, which is hustle versus flow. So who here has ever felt like you're hustling, because that is part of this culture, I would say. Oh no, I just lost my comments. Hold on a second. Let me get those back. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to see you guys. Here we go. Okay. It is Mercury retrograde, and also I'm surprised this is actually working right now. So the idea behind creativity and flow. Okay, this is what I was going to ask you. I've totally lost my train of thought. So who here, and if you're watching the replay, go ahead and put in the comments, have you ever experienced this pressure of hustling, or this pressure of getting something done by a certain time, or feeling this pressure that if you don't get this done now, that you're not going to be successful? I know for me, when I first started out as a health coach, I definitely felt this pressure. I felt actually this very deep-seated fear that I was going to run out of money. And I also had this belief that was, well, if this really hard work got me to where I am, how can I trust that this type of success will continue if I don't keep hustling? I don't think it's something that we talk about very often, but it's definitely where I was, and I had a really difficult time logically trying to figure out how I could possibly do better by not working as hard, because it had gotten me to where I was. I was still making money, I was bringing in clients and all of that. But it wasn't until I started to really hit a stage of burnout that I realized, and I knew all along, I had been hearing it and hearing it, let go, let go, let go, let go, surrender, let go, let go. And I would hear it in my journaling, I would hear it in my meditation, I would hear it. I remember specifically hearing it when I was in Florida with Mike Michalowicz, like several years ago, and we were working on his Clockwork book launch. And I just knew that I needed to learn how to do that. And I am so stubborn. And honestly, I felt so scared of the idea of doing something different that for a long time, I continued to hustle. Well, as you know, the universe will provide what you need. And several months ago, I underwent a very major surgery that I'm still recovering from now. And I knew even 2 months before the surgery was happening that this was happening to allow me to truly let go and to rewire my paradigm around hustle versus flow. And what's been really interesting is I continued now to hear over and over, expand in creativity. Creativity allows me to access intuition, allows me to access really the guidance that's necessary for us to learn particular lessons. Nothing ever happens by chance. It is always happening for us. And so when we think about bringing in money, you may not be bringing in money specifically because either there's a lesson that hasn't been learned that would cause a much deeper blowout if you were to bring in a whole bunch of clients when you still have this lesson to learn, or there's something in particular that you are struggling with, and that's the reason why it's not really falling forward because it's not your path. There's so many different possibilities. But then we see, our logical brain sees evidence of someone doing really well by working really hard. And it's really this idea of almost forcing it. Hustle, in my mind, is force. And there's a book by Dr. David Hawkins, and it's called Power versus Force. And it's really about this concept of either forcing it or allowing the flow to generate that beautiful energy and that power that goes with flow that allows things to fall into place. So if you feel like you have been hustling, and you're scared to let go of the idea of, well, if I don't keep doing this, then I'm not going to have the success I had, I would agree with you that it's not going to look exactly the way it is now, but it may look way better. And surrender and letting go doesn't mean being complacent or doing nothing. It means only focusing on the things that you actually have control over and recognizing when there's a clear sign that you're forcing something. And is it really the best step for you? When it comes from the heart, it is. When it comes from the brain, unless it's going to kill you in 2 minutes, it is not helpful. That's really all this is here for, to keep us safe in our human body and our human experience. But the problem is, most of the time, especially in online business, we're not dealing with that type of threat. It's much deeper than that. So I'm sharing that if you are feeling this burnout, if you're feeling this hustle, which many people are experiencing, come to Jesus moment, but it's not a religious thing. It's just like, that's the phrase that you hear people say all the time. It's just like, are you really wanting to continue the way you have been? Because we're moving into another era where I believe that individuals who are going into the flow and into this more, I recognize that everything is happening for me and for us collectively, and that I'm not going to spend any more time in victim mode or in frustration or in fear, but instead recognizing that all of this is for us together. All of this is for us, and that I don't need to force anything. The next months, years will be so much more tolerable and enjoyable than those of us who really are having a difficulty of letting go of this facade of control and forcing and hustling. So if you are in that state and you've found some things to help you, I would love for you to put in the comments below, I'm sure that we can all help each other together. I have a few announcements. One is that for those of you who have been on our waitlist for our next series of masterclasses, we will be doing masterclasses the end of this month. So if you have been wanting to experience our masterclass and learn about the top 5 ways to really become profitable and sustainable and truly align the masculine and feminine sides of money in your business, this is a masterclass you don't want to miss. We are, of course, going to be doing it 3 different times. This is the last time we're going to do it in 3 different times like this. So we're starting off, I think, on Tuesday, April 30th, and then we will have one on Thursday the 2nd and Saturday the 4th. So make sure to check that out. If you haven't yet signed up, you can go to amberdugger.com/masterclass to sign up for the waitlist, and you will get an opportunity to choose one of those times. The other thing that I wanted to share is that if you have been considering going into the beautiful world of helping others with cash flow, and you just have always wanted to be in that space of empowering others in that, we only open this once a year, and we are about to close it. We're having our first call on the 22nd of April. Our coach certification program. We have an incredible group of people. I would love to see you in the application. If you are interested, just send an email to support@amberdugger.com, and we will send you the application. If you have not taken PFK, that is totally fine. It actually can be a really great opportunity to work with me one-on-one in a very small group setting to implement Profit for Keeps. So it's a really great way to do that if you haven't yet gone through it. And of course, we make sure that we feel that we're confident that you'll be able to pick it up to be able to then teach others. And it gives you an opportunity to also work within our organization as well, which can be a really great way of getting practice. So with that, I hope you all are having a wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed seeing my quilt top. I'm really proud of it. And I'm looking forward to just having some family time this weekend. We have our daughter coming in, and I'm really excited to see her. So we will be off, probably enjoying outdoors for most of the weekend. So thank you again for being here. I look forward to seeing you next week, and have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.